outside of that, they're like, no, we can tell when the screws have been fucked with.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, I know, but come on. Because I think I had like some water damage or something, and the insurance I had on it covered water damage.
But because
I had been in there,
they're all dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things when you decide to open anything up. See, actually, it's different with insurance versus like actual warranty work.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was warranty work.
No, it was like that Apple Care shit, but I got the nice one that covered.
Yeah.
Loss, dropping.
So you should have just
water.
Yeeted the phone.
Right.
Or that's what I've kind of learned, to say you lost it and just.
I should have put the white back on it and then fucking threw it. And then take it back in. But.
Yeah, I've learned when it comes
like. I didn't care that I changed the, because all you have to do for the back is you just pop the fucking screws out, and the back pops out, and pop the new one on. The front was different. That was a fucking nightmare. That you have to take everything out.
I've taken a few apart. I replaced screens on like older phones, but with the glue stuff, it's just such a pain in the ass. Plus, like with the Apple Care shit, like when I broke the 11, they recertified it for fucking water because it glued it back together again. Because you can take it apart and put it back together without the glue. It just won't be watertight then.
Right.
So that was like, I was like, well, and for that one, like the screen was it was brand new. It was a month old at the point. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll just put Apple Care on it because it was still within that time frame that I could buy Apple Care. But Apple Care had it, so I was like, $300 or $240. I got mine's about half full, or $240 for over the course of 2 years. And I was like, I'm just gonna fucking do that. But it's a rough day, huh?
Well, it was good until like 4. One of my coworkers fucked up. So I could have been home at 4:15, done, had all my shit done. Which is usually what I try to do on Fridays. And God, I'm salivating a lot right now.
What's up, Jackie Poo?
What's up?
Good to hear your robotic voice, I guess. Rather hear your actual voice, but here we are. Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know, dude. Salivating like crazy. I got all my shit done. I got a call from a shop. 2 different shops, 10 minutes apart. Hey, like, do you know what's going on with this guy? We haven't heard from him. We put this car in. Like, I requested it yesterday for service today. He hasn't responded to any of our emails, and this thing needs to go. So, okay, well, so I start looking, and it's on his schedule, but he looks like he hasn't even touched it or looked at it. So now it's on me to get them done because he fucked up. And so I call, and then I end up getting there. I was in Longmont, and I was done at like 4. Driving back up to Longmont, it's about half an hour. But by the time I packed up and left everything, I guess I got into Loveland like 5:10. And there was a 4Runner that I needed to calibrate the windshield camera. And there was a Chevy Silverado that I needed to program the airbag module.
Okay, so at least it's nothing like super crazy.
Right. And did you ever use Techline Connect?
I haven't since I went to the dealership.
Right. We have to now. Like, apparently I don't know if GM pushed it, because we had the old school GDS SPS setup, worked just fine. So I don't know if they upgraded by choice. I personally don't really like Techline Connect, because they integrated it. It's just super fucking slow instead of using them separately. But they pushed to that, so I spent like 4 hours on the company's shitty Wi-Fi, letting them team viewer it and fucking install whatever, do the thing. So first I get the 4Runner in and everything, and I go and look, and I don't have the right target to calibrate the camera. Only Sean does, which is probably why it was given to him. So I had to deliver that bad news, and that turned into a big problem because, of course, the lady needed her car. These people know how to deliver a car with like some sketchy shit on it, paperwork, blah blah blah. The lady was pissed. So then I move on to the GM, and when they first had it, I told them like, yeah, you should have me come out, scan it, look at it, see exactly what needs replaced.
replaced
decided to do it themselves, and they missed a pretensioner. You can't
program
it with a broken fucking part. So I'm just there for no fucking reason, essentially, at the end of it, except to give bad news.
Which sucks. Totally, it's fucking horrible.
So to get home, shower, cut the fuck out of my head.
Looks alright.
Well, there's something back here.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
I didn't.
It looks like you fucking like hit your head on like a cabinet.
Kind of, but I didn't.
Like you like open that bitch, you're like, oh, I need this.
Yeah, but I'm like still relatively new to shaving my head. I didn't know that my razors. I haven't used fucking razors for a long time. I didn't know these nice ones now come with the fucking edge blade on the top of the fucking razor. So you've got your normal 5 blades.
Yeah.
And on the head of it, there's one straight, just like one blade just for edging. I didn't know that.
So you were
and I was rushing, trying to get fucking ready.
You're all
dipped in the water, go to the back of my head, and I just feel, what the fuck? And I bring the razor back, there's a chunk of skin. I was like, I didn't even know there was a fucking blade there. And I go like this, and my hand's just covered in blood. I'm like, fuck. So that kind of stung in the shower for a second.
Well, especially like those ones that like where it's like, you know, where you don't really damage anything that often. Like, you know, obviously your hand like hurt like paper cuts, that kind of shit, because it's like damaging the nerves. But working on cars, we fuck our shit up.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt when I fuck my hand up anymore.
Right, because we've done it so many fucking times.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Whereas like up here, all the nerves are still there, undamaged.
I don't hit my head off.
Yeah. Which is
and if I do, it's only like an impact, like usually hitting a fucking...
Yeah, you're not dragging across something.
I'm hitting, usually it's an arm on a rack. Because they build them for midgets. Fucking... That's usually when I hit my head.
They build them for midgets. I think they just build them because like they need to fit in those buildings.
There are high lifts that fit in buildings.
Right, but like...
And there are buildings that fit high lifts. Like they designed the rack, they haven't like changed the design of it much, or the height of it. There are the high ones. They don't take up that much more space.
They take up the same amount of space. The original idea is like, again, average height of a person. You're 8 inches. You're
You walk into a high school, dude. I'm normal.
You're the difference between an average person and a midget, actually.
Yeah.
Like that difference is in that range. Because the average male height is what, 5'8", 5'9".
Like something like that.
Yeah.
It's
So
insane to me.
The average is that short, which it doesn't feel like that anymore here because like everybody's fucking tall. It seems like.
Yeah, so many tall people.
Like again, like I am just shy of 6 foot. Like I am like just like fucking paper. Like if I had my hair puffed up, I'm over 6 foot.
Right. Me
So like, but I feel like I'm like the perfect height because like things are like, if it's made for average people, I can still like, I go this far down. You know, I go a couple inches down.
After fucking.
Yeah, you have to fucking.
Working like this, dude. Like fuck, God, it sucks.
It's one of those like.
It's great when you find that spot like up, maybe like around, usually towards the rear of the car. There's an empty space. You can fucking stand for a second. Like, oh, thank God.
Well, see, that was the problem when we worked on postal trucks because like we had the cable driving over the top for a long time. So like you would like hit the fucking stop and you're still like, cool, the truck's fucking
right. It's so fucking
they're 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Plus you can't eat like we had that asymmetric one, so you could like park like cars back from it, so you could open like Corvette doors. It was fucking awesome for like cars. But then like with that you had to like you couldn't if you like got it all the way back and like just perfect, you could like make sure you didn't touch the windshield on the postal trucks like as it came up. There was a few times like my dad's dumbass unhooked the fucking switch for a while and just smashed like if you look at my shop, the bar is bent on the top from smashing postal trucks into it.
That's not cool. It's like that. Like that must have been a bad day. There was one when I worked at Loveland. There was an old school 4-post. I don't know if you remember the 4-posts that were like just giant, like the old school giant chains. This one had the side rail that went from one of the front posts to the back posts.
Oh, because it didn't have a fucking hydraulic fucking equalizers, so they chained from the front into rear also.
Yeah,
not just
but it ran down the side on the top bar. And it worked fine. It's a really old school and efficient design, but the controls were on the other side. Us who have worked there long enough knew to not leave a fucking door open.
Oh.
And jack the car up. So this one new kid goes and he was doing something, runs around, and he'll lift it up. just in the window is down, which is kind of nice. But that left no support for that little tiny fucking top of door. So it didn't really even stop until it got like blocked up.
The door is fucking just in the middle.
You start to see the car eventually start to lean. Whoa, whoa, stop! And then we go around and the door's fucked.
Well, at least it fucked the door. Actually, the window down and fucking the door up was better than it fucking up like the A-pillar.
Correct.
Because like we've had
So
that.
it was nice that the door just broke and didn't fuck up the A-pillar, the door hinges, anything else. You just need a new door.
You need a new door.
But that
Which sucks, but like that's better than a door and an A-pillar.
Right. So then there was one where I fucked up. I left the door open. It was on the alignment rack, so it was a scissor lift. There's nothing around it. I was doing transmission flush. And there was a door open. I didn't even think about it. Let it down. The door was open. Came down on the fucking machine. Perfect enough to tip the fucking thing. It was a hot flush. So all this hot, dirty ATF just starts flooding the. Dude, we had some good spills in the corner. So
this reminds me of one time we had a bunch of these kids working in the shop that were just like fucking incompetent. Like my dad's a cheap asshole, so like obviously we're getting cheap
mechanics now anyway.
Yeah. So we had a transmission jack and the seal would leak a little bit over time. Like nothing crazy. It needed to be replaced, but it was like one of those like we use it, it's not that big of a deal. Well, it got low enough that it was hard to pump up or whatever. So it was near the maximum height and they filled it up. All the way. And I didn't know this, and then they didn't show up and I had to finish whatever job they were fucking working on.
That's what happened
when I let it down, it took the fucking, it just had a rubber plug, just fucking and not like a little bit, but because once it hit the second, because it pressurized the rest of it with just the second, because it was a 2-stage, so the second stage is not that big, but when the second stage fucking started going down, it just fucking, it blew it was like 50 feet of ATF.
Oh.
Yeah.
Golly.
God damn it, dude.
There's also the same shop in Loveland they had the heaters that run off your old oil.
Yeah. God damn, dude.
Yeah.
What did you eat today? That's a lunchtime thing. We need to close the door because whatever it was too is kind of loud. God damn, dude. It's it's not like super pungent, but like the smell itself is just
it's bad. Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of it or anything.
It's just not a pleasant smell.
You're good, dude.
You only do this every fucking Friday and you're always fucking loud. So, we had one on each corner of the shop, but in the summer we would go through so much oil, we always started running on that there was a transfer pump to a giant tank outside.
I think we talked about this.
Did we? When it overflowed?
Yeah.
So when we were pumping it back in, before we finally decided to put a float alarm on it, the kid turned it on, and then it was time for our lunch meeting. So that thing's just fucking pumping. And we're up there for a fucking hour. We come out and the lunchroom was upstairs. We look down, and the good 18% of the shop floor covered in just black fucking oil.
Well, that's do you remember my story with that when I was a kid?
I think so.
The one where the fucking we forgot the bucket because the tank was outside when they bring it in, so this is fucking. I don't know. There was probably 300 gallons of fucking ground. That tank held fucking 2,000 gallons.
Suck it, Ipa.
Your door thing reminded me of another door problem that I had with the post office. So it was a caravan, and they back at the dock to put stuff in it from their tray or whatever into it. Well, they parked next to the semi truck delivery, where post office, and they opened the door in between the fucking the cab side of it and the trailer. And so when the trailer went to leave and came out, it swung, when the splits a little bit, and grabbed that door and just fucking just fucked the whole van up.
I love seeing the videos of people in car washes.
Dude,
Something happens that they open it and they don't see the fucking roller coming back and just slowly bends the fucking door back.
It's crazy how there's no like pressure sensors on those to like.
They don't stop.
Yeah, they just don't have it.
It's like, not fucking amp it up, just keep on driving. Just like there was one I saw that had the fucking foot sensor for the trunk. They didn't turn it off. So when the roller went around the back, started opening, and the roller came back up and bent the fucking lift gate back on the top of the car. It's like, oh, that sucks. I can see that, like, especially if you've never had that feature before. Like after that, I was never using it again. I would never use it. Like get the car fixed and fucking whatever sensor that is, fucking get rid of it. Fuck that thing.
That's one of those scenarios, like, those are awesome things to have, but again, you have to remember, like, I mean, the reality is, like, I think if you had, if, like, the engine's, like, most of them, the engine's running, so it means, like, they shut it off.
Which it was the kind where you're still.
Right.
But,
yeah,
I don't know why you would shut your fucking car off.
Right, because it's not like it takes that long, you know,
No,
you're in there
for a minute.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to wash your fucking car.
Right, why would you turn it off?
Yeah, now I do the breeze through one, so like when you're on the track, there's no point in shutting on. I mean, I guess you could just roll in neutral, but there's no fucking point.
Right.
I saw somebody struggling to get in one the other day. They did not understand, take your fucking foot off the brake.
So it's all...
Just sitting there, just fucking bouncing over rollers in the front of the thing. And there was one, I think it was one of the ones in Loveland. They finally fixed it, but it had a really bad drainage problem at the end. So in the winter,
It just
it's still cold enough to freeze, but the car wash is still open. You'd go and it was slightly uphill, that's why water collected there. And then you get the green light to go. You can't fucking go, so you start freaking out because you're stuck in this pit, no momentum, and there's cars on a belt being pushed into your ass.
Yeah, I'm sure they fixed a few cars on that scenario.
So you just sit there, whee, you just hear your fucking tires spinning on ice.
Especially when you're an idiot, just people are super dumb, so... Again, panicking over this, like, oh shit, like, versus like, maybe I should like tap the brakes so both of my tires hook up and maybe get the fuck out.
No, it's
freak out. Dude.
Freak out and hammer it.
Let me another bowl here real quick.
I just quickly put mine in fucking 4-wheel drive, so rear tires are fine, just scoot it out. But yeah, most people don't think like that, they just start freaking out and panic and then it's over.
I mean, that's just one of those things about like freaking out and panicking is definitely a problem anyways, like, one time we were going to...
video games.
Right.
Here come the shakes.
We got some things to talk about in the new like Warzone update. The Iron Trial scenario, we'll get there.
I saw the fall damage bullshit.
It's 30-ish meters.
It's jumping off a prison and you're fine.
Yeah. Well, it's 30 meters total because like I watched Stone Mountain Acculight's video and they like tested it.
He's like, Acculite, I'm a pro. Hold on, let me do this.
I watched the whole video of that.
I just saw the TikTok of that part.
Yeah, so like they actually, it's like, because like off the top of that was like 28 meters. They tried it off like at 28 meters was fine, but at 35 it wasn't fine, or 33.
Which I mean,
I mean you can
jumping off of 3 stories is.
So basically, it's jumping off of a hospital like tall to the ground is like 38. So like that's like a big fucking like if you can't pull your shoes.
So can you jump from like tall to that little short?
Yes.
With it, that's fucking.
Or no, that was when the limit was that short period right there because it was like 32. I don't fucking know, dude. This man I came like vacuumed the stairs earlier for some fucking reason. Like,
wooden stairs.
I played a couple games of Teddy, and like I'm in like the heat of the moment, and it was like, I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? I was like unprepared for it.
Jesus Christ.
Also, I figured out fucking.
Vacuum wooden stairs. Just wipe them down.
I usually just broom it down to the bottom and then fucking.
Don't fucking vacuum wooden stairs.
And you can vacuum whatever. It was just a
I just wouldn't vacuum wooden stairs. I would do exactly that. Either just wipe it down or get a broom, or I would just wipe it all down the stairs and then clean up the bottom.
Right. I mean, vacuuming's fine. Like, especially in the corners, it's nice to like get all the shit out of it. So we, wear shoes in my fucking house.
Sir, real quick. Got my new fucking shoes.
Nice. What are those?
Levi's.
They look good.
Got from Ross. $26.99.
Perfect.
I get all my shoes from Ross.
I try to like when I'm like my everyday shoes, even though like since I don't wear shoes every day now, like I'll wear these ones. I don't give a fuck.
I'm a fucking idiot. God damn it.
But it's like do you like the the sales. Like those Kobe 3s that I had, they were $25.
Right?
The all my other Nike ones that I wear that aren't fucking J's or Air Force ones, they're like 25 to $50 somewhere in there.
But I was really wanting some high tops, and these are actually pretty nice.
Those are like old school skate shoes, and I like them.
Right?
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
The way that they should be. Those skate shoes to protect your toes. So,
But it's
there's a
funny.
lot-
I did figure out why they're at Ross, and it's kind of funny.
What?
So if you look at the stitch around the toes.
Are they a little funky?
Look at that one.
Oh yeah, it's a little. I mean, you would have to like actually look at them to know.
Yeah, because I usually do, because I know they're there for like some sort of defect or something's wrong.
Right.
That's why they're there, but they're still good. So I usually try to look, and most of the time it's a stitch, you can't really tell. This is probably the most like obvious one I've ever seen. Where yeah, that was just.
It's like definitely like the machine like cut it like way
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as long as they feel fine.
Oh yeah, that's why I love Levi's, because they have like really nice soles in them. They're super comfy. And then I'm actually spent like $25 on them the last a year or so, and I just more.
I mean, yeah, $25. It's like that's kind of like whatever money, you know.
Yeah.
We spent more than that drinking here, and then we'll spend more than that drinking that fucking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I spent too much money last week.
These shoes cost less than that 30 rack.
Yeah. So it's kind of like whatever motion. I spent way too much money last week. Between Thursday night drinking, Friday night drinking, and I paid like my tab. I think the tab on Friday night was $150 plus $50 for a fucking tip.
And that was with like our bartender.
Right. I mean, we drank, and there was 4 of us too.
That was
And then
fun.
Bacon
Again,
and
we
I
went out and we're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna drink too much, then just shots.
Bacon and I drank a decent clip too, like with food and everything. I think like, but our tab was still cheap. We were sitting in front of Ben. Ben's gotten a lot better as like a bartender again.
Good for him.
But
It was a little annoying for a while.
yeah. But I mean, it's also one of those like getting back into like being busy too.
Right?
And I think that was a part of the
Oh.
problem.
Dude, these fucking kids at the liquor store, it was so fucking funny. Sitting there listening to them have a conversation about booze, he's like, oh, you got what you need, they're going to a party. And he's like, yeah, he's like, no, this is my pregame beer, and this is my beer while I'm at the party. I look over, he's got like a pre-made margarita bottle for his pregame,
Okay, fair enough.
and then just one Modelo like 40 for his party beer. Like, that's how you fucking party?
What?
He said they had some box wine.
Okay,
So
well,
like,
that's-
what? You guys trying to slap back or what? He's like, yeah, that's the plan. I was like, I bet you're fucking not gonna, pussy. I didn't say that, but in my brain I was like,
If you're
hold
bringing one beer,
you're a one beer party kind of guy, but you're bringing a whole bag of wine. I don't think that's gonna play
how
out.
big? How big was the box? Oh, is it a small one or was
It
it?
was a small little box wine that you get for slap bag. You don't need the big one.
Yeah, you do. With our friends.
For our friends. These guys party.
For
Here's
our
the thing, we get the big box and fucking 2 or 3 30 racks.
right.
He got a 40 for his party beer. Like, what the fuck, man? What do you mean? This is my beer over at the party. I just kind of looked at him and then I made fun
I mean,
of him.
if it was only him slapping the bag, fair enough on the one.
Right, but you don't slap the bag by yourself. It's supposed to be a fun, like,
Right,
party.
everybody does it.
There's this
We
weird
bring it
fucking
around, like-
dipshit in the corner just slapping a bag of wine and chugging it by himself.
I remember with Wingate, it was we were at a party, which is actually just down the street from here.
That's nice.
But nice.
Nice.
We were playing King's Cup, and it was, you know, a my generation party, so it was outrageous.
So good.
It's good every time.
Yeah.
It's refreshing. It's like a Sprite of liquor.
French vodka, kinda, yeah. Exotic fruit juices and a touch of cognac.
Cognac, just to make it French, you know?
Right. Mix it with cognac, vodka, rum, champagne, or have your favorite cocktail. Or just pull off the bottle like a man.
Yeah, we were playing King's Cup, and the King's Cup was like, not quite like Stein size, but like, probably like a liter bottle of like, 750 a liquor size cup. Well, this game went on for like a while. And I wasn't playing the game, but Wingate was. And Wingate was not doing well already. Like fucking. And this is like, again, this is like 10 years ago. So like, imagine like what I drink now. Even the time frame, like you know me, I've still done a little bit. Remember, like, I'm old. It's like
Yes.
when I'm 24, like it was like 30 rack plus a Jameson bottle. Like that was what I drank that night.
No, thank you.
So like we drank a lot, and Wingate's sitting over there like fucking, brrr, like just fucking, and he loses fucking King's Cup, and there's like
You had to drink the
wine and beer, and just so he didn't die doing it. I drank the cup. I was like, oh thanks, and just fucking stole it, and just like fucking. I was like, oh that was a mistake. It was like boxed wine. There was like champagne in it. There was fucking beer. There was tequila shots. Somebody threw a Jello shot in it. Like it was just so ridiculous. It was just like this big pile of brown, basically.
Like when you mix all the colors, you think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's like the color. It's like the color of the scotch. It was like that.
Oh, dude. No, thank you. It just reminds me of my old pictures. It was so stupid that I did that, but whatever. Tell you about those, the birthday pictures?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
we've done some dumb shit over
It
here.
was a free pitcher of beer. Yes, it was warm. Yes, it was flat. Yes, maybe a bar rag was squeezed out into it at some
I
point.
mean, when you're broke and you want to get hammered, it works, you know?
But you know it's fucked up.
I miss the days when I fucking knew every bartender in this goddamn town.
Huh?
I miss the days when I knew every bartender in town.
No.
Because,
I miss the bartender that used to be at Sidetracked and Bertha. She was so much fun.
yeah, those are,
Those
dude,
new ones
honestly
suck.
though, like, one of these nights we'll have to go to that place. That place, like, you just get fucking obliterated and not give a shit.
I want to find a Saturday, because like lately the Saturdays I've had shit like, even tomorrow, I've got to leave my house at 8 to go down to Denver. We have this big event going on. It's like we won one of these contests. So, some of the people we work with, they bought out Dave & Buster's. So
So?
we just get to be there all day, and he's picking up everything. Food, games, whatever. So we're doing that all day. And then our other friends are taking us out to dinner for another thing we won. And then Sunday, we have another group event from a different thing we won. It's like all weekend we're doing shit.
Well, I mean, that's what's fun though, to have stuff to do.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we get to go to Dave & Buster's for free. This is bought out, just only our party in there.
That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, that'll be rad.
That'd be super dope.
And there'll be like 40 of us.
I mean, yeah, that is perfect for that building. Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
It's gonna be fun for
We're
sure.
all about to figure out that I'm a gamer. Because none of them know.
Okay, so let's go back to the item trial. So there's a couple things that I thought was quick, like pretty wild. So there still is. I thought like from the patch notes there was no loadouts at all.
The rest are just 15 grand.
Yes.
And there's no free ones.
No free ones. And then there are also
Isn't everything more expensive?
everything's more expensive.
Yeah.
All of it. I think like it's like $3 grand for plates or something. Like it's just like or
Yeah.
$2 grand. It's like it's
Everything's more expensive.
more expensive. The health pool that you have is also larger. So plates is still 50, but the health is unknown. That doesn't.
Oh, wasn't it? I thought it went from like base health 100.
I think it's 200
I
health.
thought it went to 250 plus your plates.
Yes. So I think
To
it's
help
that,
with the whole TTK thing.
right to slow it all down. But there's
Which is insane.
it's also like longer, so like stim actually might be worth it in that mode.
Stem and
Because
tempered might also kind of.
Because it's longer to heal back up as things like 5. They changed it from like 3 to 7 seconds or something. For like the
There's
heal.
more, but
Yeah. So like it takes longer to heal up already because it's more health, but then also is longer to even if you have 100 it'd be longer, and it takes longer for it to start.
So a stim
And-
would be.
Right, it's immediate, and plus then you get 250 health immediately, kind of, so it might be worth that scenario. The other thing is, there's floor loot guns that are redacted that have 10 attachments. And the reason for that is probably because Warzone in general is going to change to 10 attachments, because Vanguard, you put 10 attachments on guns.
Are there even 10 options right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, your barrel, you got the front end, you got a laser, optic, stock. There's only 9.
Underbarrel,
Underbarrel,
grip,
ammo, grip, perk. There's only 9 right now.
So it might
add something.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like with Vanguard coming in with the possibility, because like the thing is like they added like the 10 for when you're in zombies. You can do 10.
Right. So what do they have for that?
So yeah, but there's weapons on the ground like there's a stoner that's redacted that has 10 attachments. Yeah. So like, I think this Iron Trials is the switch over and how they're changing Warzone 100% to that.
That's crazy.
Well, they'll probably, we'll see what happens as far as like the cost go or that kind of shit. Basically, they're just trying to slow the game down a lot more.
Right.
So,
Make it a little bit more enjoyable.
Right.
Actually be in there for a bit. Not just get clapped out of nowhere.
Now, I don't like the sniper change, the 30 meters change.
Or I think they're going to be almost useless.
Well, so what you got to do is, if you are sniping, right now it's duos only, right?
Right.
So you both just have to be like, if there's somebody, you just can't stand still because you don't need 2 people headshotting you one time.
Right.
So like, and the thing is, still under 30 meters, so like if you have like a 3x like gun, sniper rifle, they're gonna be real fucking solid.
Which, I don't think you can put a 3x on a sniper or a marksman. No, marksman you can't.
Yeah, okay, both of them, you can.
The marksman ones?
Yeah, even the sniper rifles you can.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah. Okay. It was just, oh, no.
I wish all of the guns were just marksman rifles, by the way, and so that way you can put because on like all the sniper rifles, let's say like the HDR.
You have to have a scope.
You have to have a scope.
Sort of.
So like it'd be nice to like if even on those ones they get rid of like they just go back to
I just
like.
want an HDR with iron sights and no stock. Give me an Give me an
But I
SMG build for a fucking HDR.
I don't know if the HDR would be the way to go because the damage, the ADS time would still be slower than.
But picture an
or
HDR build, like an SMG where you can put your laser on it, no stock, iron sights, all this shit to where the hip fire accuracy is.
Well, you can do that with an SPR.
Right, but the HDR does more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
No, the SPR actually does more damage than the HDR.
That makes no sense.
But you have to have the normal rounds to have that. If you don't have the normal rounds or the Lupa rounds, it doesn't do any damage. So technically, the Lupa ones do more damage.
But
Currently.
Just get the Norma, because I think the Lupa also takes something else
away.
away.
Well, the problem is it has more bullet drop.
Right, for not enough damage to matter.
Right.
Yeah.
It still takes the same amount of shots, so you might as well do that.
Right.
Now with this Iron Trials mode, it may make a difference. Especially if you're only at 30. If you're at 30, so man, this scopeless SPR with the Lupa rounds up close would be kind of primo.
Yeah. You just gotta hit your shot.
Right. Well, the thing is, chest shots would take 3 at 250 to do chest shots. Be worth it though. It'd be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna change the way it plays.
Right. So we'll see how Warzone in general changes in the next. I mean, we're looking at 2 months before we get the new map because it'll be a month after Vanguard. So.
Dumb.
Yeah, so 2.5 months. Well, they did the same thing with fucking Cold War too.
Yeah, but whatever.
So we'll see. But yeah, that's the big changes for sure are coming in heavy on that one. But I mean, at the time too, we might be just fucking playing fucking Forza Horizon 5 and not giving a shit. So.
True.
Because I've been having a pile of fun with that. I don't know. I played. So I'm trying to level the guns. I was playing Cold War, and right now there's 12v12 in Newtown.
Oh.
And I've kind of figured it out. That's the 3rd game in a row that I was higher than 60 with less than 20 deaths.
Holy fuck.
And that was like an hour and a half in. So like SVM had like caught up to me, that kind of shit. So like, I kind of figured it out. Assault rifles with that one, 3X. I'm working the grills right now with a 3X. There's a spot that I found that everybody ego challenges, and there's 12 people, so you just keep shooting the one.
Woof.
So I've been getting like that was a pretty decent one. I think I got one that was 22,000 scored when I was done. I wish I would have figured that out.
For fun, I would love to do a 50v50 like they do in Warzone.
Mm-hmm.
Fists only shipment.
The game would break.
So
There's no way.
So fucking.
There's no fucking way. You would get hit markers that didn't count actually.
Right.
Because like there's just too much going on.
It would.
And so
like picture a game mode where
12v12 shipment alone is fucking insane.
Like a game mode where assassinations only. No melee, no nothing, just assassinations.
You just get this train of like almost dead, almost dead, almost dead, almost dead.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
I always just want like fun game modes too. Like again, like I think like one that where everybody is running melee weapons only, or like the stock pistol you get. So you get the stock pistol and melee weapons, and that's all you get the whole time. With
a bunch of Cali sticks.
It would be fun though.
It'd be nuts.
It would just be like silly as shit, just beating on people.
I think it'd be cool if there was a version of like either the Kadashis or the Cali sticks, where they were like little mini lightsabers.
I don't know if Disney would ever fucking.
No. Maybe. Yeah. Probably not. Maybe. They're branching. They're getting into some.
I mean,
they're slowly gonna own everything, and then they can do what the fuck they want.
You want to know a super corrupt company is one that Disney buys Activision, then we have a problem. That's not the most corruption like.
Oh,
that's JBS level corruption.
Even picture like in Battlefront. Just like if that was your secondary.
Well,
like,
but
as being outside of a Jedi.
Right.
Like you just had two little mini sabers. Like almost like the size, like you know, like the Ninja Turtle.
What is that fucking dude that has all the shit ton of arms? It's kind of like what he has, anyways.
Lord Grievous, General Grievous.
General Grievous, yeah.
4 arms. Oy. But picture like
Battlefront 2 is super fucking fun.
Picture him being the size of like the Ninja Turtles, that little fork weapon.
The side.
What are that was?
They're called the side.
I think it was scythe. Yeah, scythe. Like just that length, nothing crazy, just like a dagger, but it's a fun little lightsaber. You just fucking. Or even just make a little lightsaber throwing knife.
I mean, they basically have that with like the fucking, the one that like.
The phlebotomist.
Yeah.
From Saw, the needle.
Yeah.
Kind of, but it's a needle. I want a lightsaber. And then it comes back to you.
Just get a boomerang.
I like my.
A boomerang weapon would be fucking hilarious. But that's basically a ballistic knife, like that idea.
Yeah, but it's just the aesthetic part would be fucking hilarious.
Right.
It's like
it does the same thing as like
the Captain Boomerang.
So yeah, it does the same thing as a ballistic knife. Let's just say it's the same.
Right.
So you.
But it comes back.
But it comes back, and it does about the same damage, but like it does more damage when you actually hit them with it.
Right. Or picture like just like a boomerang. It curves, so you could throw it around a fucking corner. That'd be fucking hilarious.
It wouldn't come back that now.
Well, depends. You throw it all the way around the building.
Like a little hut, you're just fucking.
It just fucking gets the guy on the back end, dude. That'd be nuts.
It'd be a cool mechanic for sure.
It would be really cool. It'd have to come like a Suicide Squad Captain Boomerang pack. Where you get his do whatever, but that'd be like the fucking mate or the lethal.
Just it's fucking. You know what would be a really funny pack? Now that I think about it, I just randomly thought of this in my head, but it'd be a really funny pack to have Captain America. No, Captain Planet is what I meant to say. Captain Planet.
I mean, Captain America would be pretty fucking dope too.
Right, but Captain Planet would be even funnier.
That would be funny as shit. Just some old school stuff. How about or it's like the teacher from fucking Magic School Bus. And her finisher, she gets in the bus, shrinks down, flies into the body, and then expands really quick. Some Ant-Man shit.
Yeah, just like some funny ass shit, like Inspector Gadget or some bullshit.
Oh yeah. Just some funny dumb shit.
Just funny dumb shit. It's like I like the action hero things that we've had thus far. That's pretty funny. Dread's pretty fucking cool actually.
Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, no, can't have that.
But no, like a fun event where kind of like zombies. One of your abilities.
We're trying to get into Fortnite, by the way.
Kinda. But that would be funny as shit too. 'Cause yeah, they did Black Panther. They did.
They did the Avengers. They
did that whole thing.
I think like
Warzone's a little bit outside of Disney's wheelhouse.
right. I think that's what I was thinking. Like what else? Like kind of. Obviously the action hero scenarios. Like I was surprised that there's not Schwarzenegger yet, like a Terminator scenario.
Right.
Like I'm surprised like
was that 80s action heroes?
Right. It probably just,
how is that not a thing?
I mean.
And then you could have he's got so many different variations of his skin built in already, just
right.
as a movie. And then
I bet that one's coming. To be honest.
Like Fortnite would do Disney. I can see Activision going more DC.
Right.
Because it's a little bit darker, like Batman. I would run around as Robin all fucking day.
Batman would be a perfect one, to be honest, as far as a kid.
You get a Batmobile skin when you get in the car. You get fucking little Batarang as your throwing knife. Just fucking.
That'd be a perfect crossover for them, honestly.
Yeah, Batman would be a good one. And then you could always then like Penguin, Joker, fucking all those other guys.
I think the Die Hard one was like a deep like they made that like part of the game. Obviously the building is still.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they made that like part of like
the game.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool event overall too. Like I'm gonna see how this numbers thing is right now. Like obviously, if you get time, we can do this on get time. But there's doing a blueprint blitz right now. So you do 2 contracts automatically pulls out a 1 take to the fucking helipad.
Oh, what are those called?
Contraband. Yeah.
Those are fun. Those are always fun to do, just for no fucking reason.
You get tons of money from them actually. It was kind of like.
Well, that's the point where like it didn't matter what we already had them all, but they're just fun to. So excited when you kill somebody, the fucking blue case drops like yes.
Well, and I see like the blueprint blitz. You should get ones that you don't have, and I mean I have a lot.
Right.
I'm already done with the fucking battle pass, by the way. I finished today.
I'm only
or
at 60,
yesterday.
bro. I'm gonna have to grind again.
Well, I want to make sure that I was done because I leave in a week and a half.
Right.
So like I don't know if I'm gonna bring a computer that can play Warzone or Black Ops or whatever. So I was like, I want to make sure I finish
simpler games.
Like I said, I want to finish. I want to finish Modern Warfare guns all the way, the ones that like have attachments all the way, and Black Ops. And I'm like, we talked about it the other night. I'm like, I'm not that far.
Yeah.
Especially like if in Black Ops, if I can continue doing that, like I'm doing 3 levels every fucking game.
They did the fucking Clash with that Hunter perk is fucked up. Cause even like the roll with no attachments kicks kind of hard, but dude, when you have Hunter on, it doesn't matter. Cause you just kind of start at their knees, and you work your way up to a headshot.
Well, that's kind of like the reason why I like the way Modern Warfare guns played anyways, is that you didn't need anything for them to be like kind of competitive in Warzone for a long time. And obviously the Black Ops like add-ons, like I don't think Black Ops guns stock are as viable as Modern Warfare guns are.
No.
Remember like the green kilo that dropped like early season 4? No, it wasn't that bad actually.
I did not like it at all.
You could keep up with it if you wanted to. Not that the kilo is completely.
I'm picky with iron sights. I didn't like, for some reason I just didn't like the way the kilo ones played. I love the Grau iron sights.
The Grau ones are super fucking great.
Yeah.
Did you see like the blueprint that you have for the MAC-10 has different iron sights than the standard MAC-10, and they're actually better.
Yep.
That gun's the next one to get nerfed without question.
MAC-10?
Yeah.
It mows, bro.
It mows, and you can
fire rate's so fast, you can run faster than anybody else.
It's gotta get nerfed. Like I love the gun, don't get me wrong, but it's got to.
Well, I like that, and it's got the one that I specifically got with the Judge Dredd. It's got the fucking lightning dismemberment. And
well,
lightning
that one, like what's talking about the Dredd ones? Both the C-58 and the Mac 10 are almost meta builds. Like, they're real close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is nice for that one, because most of the time, blueprints are fucking janky.
The only thing I didn't like with the C58, even when I was using that build, I changed a couple things. But it doesn't do, it's barely good at mid. Like, it's a close.
No.
It doesn't do that much
C58
damage.
is fucking great.
It takes me a while, like, hitting shots to break.
C58's, like, you can't hit limbs. You have to hit chest and upper torso, like,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to. But it's probably top
I'll say top
3, top 4, maybe top 5, like, as far as guns go. Like, honestly, like, the Grau's been really good recently again. The M13 is disgusting, like, because of the fucking amount of fire rate. Like, yeah, you don't get that much damage per mag.
But it's consistent.
Yeah, and you can kill anybody with it because they just basically stop running when you fucking hit them with it because it's hitting them so fast. And that's why the fin is so good too. You know, I still don't think it has a headshot multiplier.
Dude, that hip fire fin build is so funny when I see people play with it.
The one that, like, you can't see the gun.
It just, you see like the suppressor and
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah. But it fucking mows up close.
I was working on that one the other day on Clash, and the fin just doesn't do it for me.
I would want to get to the point where I could do the SMG build. Cause I think that's just funny as shit. You're running around, all you can see is this little thing sticking up into the screen.
Well, the nice thing with that too is, like, you know, most SMG builds when you're hip firing, you don't care where you just want to get as many bullets in them as possible.
Right.
And it's perfect for that scenario. And plus, then you have 100 fucking round mag or whatever the fuck it is, forever. So it doesn't matter how much fucking damage you're doing if you're fucking running around like that. But when you're trying to use it as an LMG, it sucks. I still gotta unlock the RAL and run through that one. But again, I think that's gonna be a hardcore shoot the ship scenario where I just fucking play for
what was it, Scout?
3 hours. Yeah, I need like one more kill with the Scout optics. That's what I'm currently running with Bruin. The Scout optic's great.
Like, cause I wasn't doing great in Clash until I was on a roll and I was picking up a bunch of hunters and speed runs.
If you pick up hunters, you can just roll forever.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
Plus
That's
the
why I went
speedrun,
from like
you
2 to 15
Yeah.
in like 1 life.
Because that's kind of how that game rolls. When you pick up hunter, get close, like... My problem is, like, I don't understand why people are, like, in that game mode. Same with, like, Plunder. Like, those game modes are for, like, building weapons and, like, doing well. Like, to, like, build your skills and,
How
like,
do
and
like
shit.
camping and fucking.
But they're playing it like they're fucking trying to win and shit. Like, who cares? Like...
Well, you play like Team Death, like.
Yeah, build your weapons
There's
out
no
with it because...
gulag, there's no resurgence
Yeah.
countdown, you come right back.
Yeah, just play whatever gun you want to play instead of fucking the meta guns.
It's a quicker Plunder.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not even quicker, just more.
I'm pretty sure they're
activity.
replacing Plunder with that when Vanguard comes.
Which it's a. That's what we use Plunder for, is fucking working on building guns. Like when the train contract, when we would do that, just get the weapon you want to upgrade, land on the train, just keep doing recons the whole fucking time. And just hold that gun.
Yeah, the people that take like Plunder and shit seriously, like, I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Me either, because we do shit where we fuck around for the first half of the game.
Yeah.
Then we start collecting money and all of a sudden we're in first place.
Right. Why
What the fuck is going on? But then we also hop into games where before we can even get a fucking loadout, someone's already at 1 million. Like, what the fuck happened? Some people would take that mode way too serious. I get taken like Warzone and Rebirth serious because death has a penalty.
Right.
But it doesn't in Plunder. You just
No.
come right back with your fucking loadout.
I just think people in general, I think games as a whole right now, like the past like 5 years,
Super spicy.
everybody just takes shit way too goddamn serious in games. Like,
Well, plus then as like streaming became more popular, there's all these like really good players. You watch them kick ass, and then you want to do the same thing. Instead of having fun with it, now you're trying to be a pro gamer when you're not gonna be.
no, because you're just not. I mean, again,
Some of those people are just fucking
I'm above
built
average player, but
different.
I'm not like a fucking great player.
We're not dropping 20, 30 bombs every fucking game.
Right.
I'm not dropping over 10, but I have fun.
But I mean, it's
Kind
funny.
of.
Like, it's funnier when we have more. The more fun that we have, the better that we do.
Yeah, when we don't take it as
Right.
seriously.
And I think that, like, I wish like the SPN like also like made that the case where it's like you get a range of people, like where it's like where the problem is like lately we've been getting since I'm in the top tier for whatever fucking reason, of SB MM, even though I'm
like
above
a-
average, but I'm not like crazy.
With a 1.2.
Yeah, and like I think
people out
in
there with
Rebirth,
5 and 10.
I think I have a 1.5 in Rebirth. So like again, I'm not above average player, but I'm not fucking.
You don't have a
stellar.
10.
Yeah.
Like,
And if my only job was to play video games,
probably get there.
I'd be a pretty decent player, like even at my age. And that's why like that, I started playing kind of like Jag plays. Again, I found my spot, just shoot from the range and do the thing. But that's honestly like that was pretty fun just because like it's 12v12, so it's fucking hectic anyway.
That's just funny as shit.
But, like,
you just mow down an
If you're
alley.
playing like that when you're fucking playing 66, like Jack does, which is perfectly fine. Play that way. It's not like I'm mad about it or anything like
Like
that.
Charlie.
I just don't find it that fun.
Charlie just camps. Whenever you play,
Yeah.
you run by him the whole time. You're just sitting in one fucking corner, just waiting. But he's
Right.
getting kills.
Right, and like it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Do your thing. I just don't find that enjoyable when I'm playing games.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where I was like, when I'm doing it, like again, like in a mode where like it makes sense, like this, where like it's still fucking hectic. There's 15 grenades thrown at me fucking every fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah. Well, and it's like when we were playing the other day, like, wow, you're really going for it. I know that when I like just push, like not stupid, like if you guys are watching, like Overwatch, and then I'll push, like I get out of my head and I just play the fucking game.
Right.
Instead of trying to sit there and be all strategic, no, I'm just gonna fucking run in and see what happens. And
That's
I
why I
usually do better.
That's why, like, I like Rebirth a lot because of that. It's like, if you do die, it's not like the biggest problem.
Right,
You're not
there's
like,
a counter, but you're gonna come back.
right. And I think that game mode is like what's nice about it. Versus like, the standard battle royale, like I understand it. I PUBG back in the day, fucking fun as shit. But again, if you're playing with 4 people and 2 people die, now you're just like in an early game, now you're just sitting with the whole, and that's why like Warzone was nice, where we could buy people back and you could come back and play with us.
It would be fun to have the resurgence mode in a big map.
Like a full big map, because when they did the resurgence, it was smaller.
Right,
Remember?
like full, like a full Warzone map, but
Yeah.
do it so when you're in a firefight with another team, it's gotta end.
Yeah.
You're either gonna push the team and wipe them, and they're out. You can't just pick them off one by one, let them die to the gulag, and just kind of like you've got to play.
Right. I think that would help
The
the
other
camping
team
a lot.
could easily just run, get their whole team back, and they're at full strength again.
Right. I think it would help the camping a lot if they just put Rebirth into fucking Verdansk.
Yeah.
And just be done.
It'd be
I'm
lovely.
glad that Verdansk is going away. Did you see the preview of the map?
It's time for Verdansk to go. It's served its purpose.
Right. It's been 2 years. I mean, it would be almost 2 years when it goes. I was really bummed that, I was hoping for, when the Black Ops, came out, they changed the map up, and I don't know why they didn't just spend the time and fucking do it.
Yeah.
Just put all the maps the way that they are in multiplayer, because they kind of did that with Verdansk as it was. They put all of it, the random spots, some of it really changes downtown, but everything else was kind of oh, these are seen in the maps, those kind of things. And what they need to do is just throw all of the fucking maps into fucking the thing. So you're, the sight lines of that specific area because you play multiplayer and those kind of things, and then as they add maps, just extend the fucking map, and then it just changes the fucking layout.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be really fucking easy to do, in my opinion, but
Probably.
I'm not a video game designer apparently, so I have a lot of good ideas. I think that if I was in the industry, we could make a lot of fun games.
I had a couple funny ideas the other day. One would be more stupid funny, where picture if the red door, it just kind of drops you in the air. Picture if it just dropped you right next to another squad.
I think it'd be funnier if it launched you like a cannon.
I mean, even funnier, launches you like a cannon right back out the door into the wall.
I was just thinking if it was shot you from where it was going to drop you in the sky, and now you're going sideways.
Oh, you're just at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, just that way, you're not just cool, I'm floating down again, gulag scenario where you just launch. If you miss the flight, you can just be and get shot halfway across the map.
Or picture there was water play.
Well, that should probably.
Picture Verdansk being closer and adding boats to where it's part of Warzone now.
Well, that was what I was hoping that they were going to do with the integrated Cold War, because you can swim in Cold War. And it's add that mechanic to put some water in that bitch and So like if you're in the fucking lake, you want to go out to the fucking middle of the island or whatever. You're like, cool, now I'm over here.
Right, or like fucking when the dam could have broke, and then you could have filled that whole canal with water. And you had this water feature.
Yeah,
great.
boats fucking rolling around.
It just thawed out. It didn't even break, so it was just frozen. So it thaw out, then you got this giant fucking water feature right down the middle of the map.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Gunner boats and jet skis and.
Well, hopefully the new engine, the engine updates. It's not a whole new engine. It's basically the same engine with just updates to it.
Right.
So hopefully it's like that. The beta for Vanguard came out today, I think. Yesterday. I don't pre-order games, so I won't play it. But
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to poop soon. I think that's what the farts were trying to tell me. Hello.
Hello, I'm coming. This bowl turned out pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So I kind of figured out the way to like combat like the super. Oh, before I forget, the super juicy like shisha we've been getting lately is to use the funnel bowl instead. So yeah, so
yeah.
that's why it's like
That makes sense.
Yeah. I was in Fucking Monkey, and I remember we were talking about this.
Oh yeah. Dope.
What do you think we can get for that one?
Like his gas stoves don't work. Then we got a little fire pit table. The next time I was gonna do it, I was just gonna throw it in there and see what happens.
I mean, you can.
It probably worked better but that would work even better.
Right. So just take one. I have.
The heat's not at the bottom of the gas flame. I guess it gets hot, but the heat's up.
Right. So yeah, that was like why I was like Wingate brought me a couple of those ones, so I'm like you can have one because that's what we're currently using. So, and if it breaks, they're like $12.
The budget for that. Dude, that's one shoe.
Well, you should get probably with the way that you're gonna use it, probably the rest of the fucking 5 years plus,
Yeah.
and then if you need to use it for something else,
Don't break it out often. I think we've smoked in that house twice since we moved in. Maybe even just once. No, twice.
Well, I mean that's take it, use it.
But also now that we have a burner, it might be more often. So after the last time, I was like, this kind of sucks. When I broke out like my fucking butane torch, just sitting there fucking.
Yeah, well, that will help. Again, when you and McKellar are just fucking chilling, just sit on the porch or whatever.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
So yeah, but I remember we were talking about the last time we were in there. I mean, it's been like fucking a month now. We were in there, and I was in there again, just like,
And we haven't smoked since then.
Yeah. So take it. If you use it, cool. If not, bring it back or whatever. But yeah.
If
You might
I
as well.
use it for 5 years, I'll bring it back. It'll look like brand new.
But yeah, might as well take it and use it. And if it's I got another spare. Plus I had that Black & Decker ones that I was using before this one. That it works. It's just kind of slow. Or that one for fucking $12. It's perfect.
Yeah.
The Chinese probably doesn't. Have you been around when they blow up?
I was here last time. Remember the last one fucking split? It's like, what the fuck was that? It got really bright over there for a second? Yeah. I remember that. I've never seen them do that. It's nuts. The coil just kind of splits and blows up.
It's pretty wild when it happens. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of like frightens you the first time you see it. You're like, what the fuck?
That's why, like, if I was closer, I probably would have been a little bit scared. I was over here, so like, cool, fire over there, I'm fine. Well, really freak out the first time you do it when you light a trash bag on fire. That was funny as shit.
It was so fucking funny.
Fire! Just run outside. Forget the sink right next to me that produces water. Just pick
It's
up the whole
better
fucking.
to get rid of that shit outside and use a hose.
It doesn't stink or fucking. I think I just threw it in the fire pit and just let it burn.
We just covered it up.
Yeah. Just let it smolder.
I didn't take care of that. Somebody else did it for me, so it was good.
That's fine. I I assume 95% of the time it's the other way around.
Yep.
So.
When I'm gone for 3 trash days, I don't think that it's gonna get happen. I don't think it's gonna get taken out.
Wolf.
Not my problem at that point, though. I don't care.
So you come back and. Whoa.
Well, it's not my trash. I'm gonna empty all my shit
Right.
before, so it's like also be
Well, I
like.
guess the smell will rise, so just stay down here for a little bit.
Well, the trash is outside, so it's in the garage.
Well, yeah, you might not even want to do it from the kitchen.
Well, that's not my problem. So. But I am super excited to not be here for a couple weeks and to have a real vacation, like, cause obviously I'm working out there for a week and a half, but and then I come back the 14th, I think. So like the next day is podcast. So, but I have that whole week off, include that Friday. No, I was like, I'm not fucking working. No, that's done.
Yeah. Take a break.
It's
An
been
actual break.
You're right. Like my problem is the last few years, the vacations have been like, oh, I'm gonna go run or do a Spartan race or
Not just go chill.
Yeah. So like this is like after that week and a half of working out there, which is gonna be nice to like just work from somewhere else too, not just be here.
Stings.
I bet it does. It'd be nice to like just have like a week of just not fucking like I can explore fucking Boston because Amanda and Dan are gonna be there, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So it'd be fucking cool just to hang out for a week.
Yeah, last time we were there, we were only there for like a weekend. Like, I was like, do you want to go to Boston? I was like, we're going to be here for 3 days. Like, we don't need to waste a whole day at Boston.
Right. I mean, the thing is,
This time we're going to go for about a week, which would be nice. She's like, oh, do you want to go for a weekend? I was like, why don't we just do this and extend it like 9 days? It's like, I don't fucking care anymore.
You have to take it. You have to do it. And it's like, cause I spent too much.
Taking vacations like that for 3 days, like, it's not a vacation. It's just travel.
Right.
You're 1 day of travel there, 1 day travel back, then you have like 2 days to hang out.
And the way that I'm traveling, I had to have the cheapest fucking flights because I'm stupid. Now I have fucking 4 layovers on the way out and 5 on the way back. Like.
Hey, at least I don't have a baby.
I wouldn't do it if I had a baby. Absolutely not. I would have direct flights for sure.
We do one, so she can move around and kind of, cause she's not a sitter.
Well, yeah.
And then we tried taking a red eye. Fuck that. Fuck that. Because she won't sleep in her own seat. She wants to sit in one of our laps, so one of us has to fucking hold her. And for me, planes are already uncomfortable, because again, midgets. Same company that designs lifts, builds planes. And when you have a kid, usually my strategy is you sit in the emergency exit row. You get a little bit of extra leg room, whatever. You can't, if you have a kid, you can't sit in the emergency exit row.
Right. So you're just kind of.
So I'm just fucked.
Right. What about like JetBlue? They have like bigger van rows that are not exit rows that bigger area.
But we right now we're just doing it on Southwest because the free.
The bags are real nice on
Free
Southwest.
bags, but also at Southwest, you also get free car seat and free stroller. You push the stroller to the gate, and at the gate you take it under and bring it back when you land, right at the gate, and the car seat goes free.
That's cool.
So that was also kind of another reason, like, God, if someone wants to try a car seat, it's kind of
Right.
nice. Or a stroller, like they include that with theirs.
That's actually really nice. Like.
And then the free bags, like it just works.
I'm worried about my bag scenario going out there because like I might just ship a bunch of shit instead because like with all those layovers on the way there to the bag, like I'm gonna have my backpack and
That's
my
a
personal.
lot of opportunity for something to go missing.
Right. So like I'm thinking like because like the cameras and the laptop is coming like with me.
Carry
So,
on.
Yeah, because like I require them to work. So like I
or
have.
you're gonna go buy a nice case so they can handle being thrown off a plane, missing the ramp and hitting the ground.
Right, so like those things are coming with me. I'm gonna buy a nice new backpack that like, cause my backpack's fucking 12 years old now or something like that now. So it's like, plus if I bring that big ass beast, it's fucking a pain in the ass to fit in that fucking backpack.
Can't fit that in like a normal laptop sleeve.
No, it's fucking a fucking monster of a fucking laptop.
That thing just needs straps on it. Just have this laptop strapped to your back. These clip-on backpack
I mean,
straps.
it's like 10 fucking pounds. Have you picked that bitch up?
Yeah,
It's fucking, it's,
I could kill somebody.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
If like a baby was playing with that table and it slipped off.
Plus it has a glass fucking front because it's touchscreen.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's so heavy.
Fuck me, I didn't know that.
It's one of like the first like touchscreen like laptop scenarios too. So it's like fucking that's why.
Heavy and robust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this laptop. Also, like Seth bought that one. Obviously, Seth. What's weird about that laptop? So instead of like having like it's got, you know, discrete graphics card in it. You know, it's got Intel chip, discrete graphics, NVIDIA, that kind of shit. But instead of like putting a fucking like a GTX 970 mobile in it, it's got two GTX 950Ms in it. And that's why like it has so much cooling, because it's like 3 fucking high-end chips in it, basically. It's like super dumb. I don't know why they did that, because SLA sucks. That's why like it's kind of like fallen to the wayside. I guess back in the day like SLI was like a little bit more, but now no games support SLI, so like you're just like running a 190 again. But I have 2 for whatever goddamn reason. But I don't know, I might take Dan's. He told me I got what it is. And he's got one with a 2060 and a...
Is that an air compressor hose?
This? No.
Big poopy gamer. What's up, bro?
That's a funny name, actually.
Big poopy.
Big poopy. I took a big old dookie on him, man. Nope, it's some big ass MTF hose or something. I don't fucking know. Custom made.
Very bougie.
Very bougie. My brass fucking hookah too. I don't know if you picked this hookah up. It's fucking heavy as fuck.
Yeah. It's quite girthy.
Definitely could hurt somebody for sure if you needed to.
Not a real man.
If I hit you with that, you'd be hurting.
Not if I'm drunk enough.
Yeah, you'd be hurting.
I'd probably just pass out. No pain.
No pain, no gain.
I wake up. That hurt.
Yeah, you're worried about your goddamn fucking shaver burn right now.
Stings.
Yeah, I'd be okay if getting hit by a fucking knife.
That's a blunt object. This was like the equivalent of a baby katana grazing my scalp. This is like a shitty baseball bat made of metal.
I was like, have you ever been hit by a baseball bat?
Yes. One of those blow up ones you get from the carnival.
Wow.
No, but I have been hit by a fucking traffic cone being used as a baseball bat.
I mean, those are durable, so.
They are way more weighted.
Yeah, I mean.
That thing hurt, dude. It perforated my entire fucking calf muscle. It was crazy. You just see this indention going down the middle of my fucking calf.
That was a nasty swing, too. I mean, something to swing a bat, so.
He used to play baseball. So, yeah, fucking.
Woof. That shit was. That memory will be one of my favorites of all time. That night was so fun.
That was a funny.
That whole weekend was hilarious.
I bring the tandem back on the Saturn.
The first time watching you guys ride it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Trying to bunny hop the speed bump.
It's a good thing there's a girthy ass bike.
Yeah. There's a lot of weight on that thing.
It's too bad there's like not more tire underneath it. It's the 23s.
Convert it to a fat tire.
A fat tire tandem would be fucking fun as fuck.
Fuck yeah, it would.
Be so fucking fun. Are you kidding me?
Just change out the forks.
The whole back is not the same.
Switch up. Just widen the fork in the back.
It's changing the whole bike at that point.
No.
Yeah.
No. You just widen the fork so the tire can fit.
Yeah.
Simple.
We should definitely make sure that thing's good to go and go ride it or something. Be a fun bar ride, actually.
Yeah.
The only time like I've like really ridden it was like me and Bailey went to the smoke shop. Bailey was fucking hammered on the back of it, and obviously not quite big enough to ride it. And I'm not quite big enough to ride the front. So like it's fucking like I got this drunk girl in the back fucking trying to pedal around.
Oh, thank you.
It was quite the ride.
Yeah, I remember when Seth and I were trying to ride remember the chain came off, we didn't think about like synchronizing the cranks. So we're pedaling opposite of each other. That was fucking weird.
The vibration is weird.
It was super uneasy. Like, what the fuck is going on back there?
Because one person's pushing while the other person's not. So you're like,
What the fuck?
It's like having gears on like a car that are different. Have you ever driven a car that has like so we fucked up the
The
gears?
diffs are different?
Yeah. Have you ever driven a car with that?
Mm-hmm.
I have.
I've worked on one that was like blown up.
I have. It's pretty weird.
It's gotta be. Someone's dragging.
Yeah, it feels so fucking odd. So fucking weird. Really hypnotic. Please.
There it is. Manners, man. Just because you stay in your dungeon all day doesn't mean you can be
I
weird.
mean, I don't fucking. I see you and idiots.
So you see me. And then you're bowling. Or pool, I mean.
Well, that just started. Technically, the first actual one, because I didn't go last night because they were going camping this weekend, so they left tonight. So they didn't want to go crazy last night. But it was just good because I didn't sleep for 2 days too, so it was I was supposed to go to the dentist yesterday, and I was like, I called him like 9 morning. I was like, I haven't gone to bed, so probably not a good time to go to fucking sit there and just get drilled on.
Oh, yeah, fuck that. That just sounds miserable.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to not.
Just tired and sleepy and fucking groggy, and there's someone just fucking going yard in your mouth. Fuck that. No, thank you.
Like, I like going to the dentist these days, because I feel so good after leaving there. Like, it's fucking.
Outside of the whole gum scrapey.
You know, honestly, that pain goes away within like an hour and you're good to go. Like, I feel fucking amazing.
I should probably go at some point.
You know? I go like fucking every 3 months.
Because I didn't go when I had braces. Because you go to the orthodontist, they can't really do the same thing in a dentist when you have braces on.
Right.
Then I got them off, like, yeah, you should go to the dentist. I was like, okay.
And then you never did.
I mean, yeah.
I'd go. You got insurance now, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to change soon, that's going to wait.
Use it now. Was it? Use what they have.
So current ones, eh.
Yeah, but you still get a cleaning for fucking $50.
Actually, I have a toothbrush. Floss.
Not the same.
I got a pick.
Just use it while you have it. And when it changes, use it after that.
Oh, that's not what I like spending my free time on.
Nobody wants to spend money and do that kind of shit, but you feel better after it.
I feel fine.
I feel fine too, but I feel better.
I feel better.
Shut up. It's worth it just to fucking not have to fucking
I
be
should
where
do.
I'm
I
at.
bet they'll find something.
They always do.
I did feel a sensitive spot in one of my old fillings. I was eating sticky candy the other day. And I opened. It's like, fuck. So I'll probably have to get something done back there.
Well, that's one of those things, like, get it started now, and then
Just pull and give me veneers. Fuck all this shit, dude.
it's just the same price as keeping
Just
it.
give me permanent teeth that I don't
All those break too.
Came from a UFO or was just here on Earth.
Probably just here.
I don't think that Bigfoot's not a person. I think Bigfoot is a person. This is very heavy and hairy. You could do Bigfoot if you grew hair.
I don't.
Like, think about, like,
I'm
we've seen those men that are very hairy.
I've been
Right.
on Bigfoot.
Right, like, it wouldn't be that weird if you just let all his hair
Like
focus.
fucking dog man, if you just let it all go instead of
Right.
claiming it, it's Bigfoot right there.
Right.
He just
It's
all
just
he
a
did
dude-
was
It's just a dude living off grid and doesn't give a shit about people.
yeah. Barefoot was probably dog man, and the dog man figured out what a fucking barber was, and then he got a record for it.
If Bigfoot came to your house, would you give him leftover hot dogs from your last barbecue?
That's a weird question, I'm not gonna lie.
Sure.
But
Why not? Why wouldn't you? I would want to be his friend. Dude, you want to chill? Here's some hot dogs and a hookah and a beer. I'll chill with Bigfoot.
right, he's got probably some stories.
Fuck yeah. I scared these two pussies once they were out here.
I got chips too, you can have that.
You can have all the food.
It's fine.
I have no problem with feeding.
I don't. That's like kind of our gym is we feed whoever. We don't give a shit. Like if we order food, it's like everybody's invited.
If you want food, take some.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Including Bigfoot, apparently. We don't discriminate.
That's a really. Like, where did you specifically get like the leftover hot dogs?
I guess it kind of depends on.
Okay, so now that you gave him chips, he might want something else.
So take beer. It's fine.
Yeah.
What are you worried? Are you worried about like your virginity or what? Like what's going on here?
It's no different than a homeless person who's talking about sexual needs. Well, he gave him chips. Now he wants her ass.
Hang out with your wife.
I might
don't
draw
have
the
a
line
wife,
there.
so-
I might draw the line there.
I don't have a wife, so we're good
Who's my
there.
favorite skater?
I like Bam. It sucks what happened to him.
Yeah, it does.
Like, I get it, but it sucks.
Who is Bam? You're a fan.
Yeah, I wish he was healthy.
Right.
And, like,
I mean,
sane.
as everybody, like that whole crew, like I'm glad that they've all gotten like.
Like, physically, like,
Healthy.
whatever. If you, like, dude, I'm not surprised you got big. Look at your fucking dad.
Right. Dad, uncle, the
Uncle,
whole,
like, it's
all
just,
of it. Yeah.
I see that. But it'd be fun, like, you got fucking Prescott. Like, he's fat and he's fine, but you're, like, not mentally healthy.
Right.
To the point where they didn't let you be in the last fucking movie.
It's that whole enabling scenario that he wanted them to enable him.
Did you see the Truth or Dab with Wee Man and Steve-O?
It's pretty good, actually.
On that new kid? Apparently he's in Jackass. Got some new meat.
Apparently he's like a fucking like music artist or some
That's what
shit.
he looked like. And then he,
Don Vito passed away.
Yeah, but Don Vito we learned was horrible. Like a horrible human being.
I read on
What I mean,
Vito.
like,
From the host.
I mean
It's
nicotine.
technically a buzz, but
Yeah, it's like a nicotine buzz. I mean, I don't notice it anymore. It's just kind of habit now. It's kind of toast now, I think. I actually probably roll these over. It's just hookah. I'm actually surprised like how many like people like don't know what a hookah is these days.
I mean, it's not like a big staple in American culture.
You see it in rap music videos pretty often.
Yeah, but there's probably
And there's like
still
what's the
parts
like
of the
Pastor
country that
hookah.
have never even heard rap music.
That's not true.
I guarantee that's true. Like weird fucking remote hick towns where the family's been surviving for years and they're all related. They've never heard rap.
I don't know. That's I
They're just
mean,
sitting there clicking spoons.
I mean, I do this, but I mean, there's no cigarettes. I do cigars too.
I like cigars. I used to smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. They make me sick. Like new nicotine, I do pouches.
The thing is, like, this one doesn't smell like anything but fruit versus like.
It's pleasant and it's through water,
Right.
so it's smooth. It's not hot or harsh. Cigarettes are just gross to me anymore. I can't. I don't even like the smell of them most of
It's
the time.
one of those things like if I leave my house, nobody knows I'm smoking hookah. Whereas like if I'm smoking cigarettes,
Everyone knows.
everybody knows. Like down here, like none of the walls are yellow or anything. Like,
Right.
like even like above the burner, like
This. More of a Jenko kind of guy.
jenkum. I don't know what a jenkum
What's a
is.
jenkum? Google.
Yeah, you're gonna explain.
What's a jenkum?
Please explain.
Jenkum. Jenkum.
Man, I want a cigar night. I need to make Paul fucking pop out his fucking supply.
Jenkum is a purported inhalant and hallucinogen created from fermented human waste. Oh my god, what fucking TV series did I see that in?
I don't fucking know. That's beyond my.
I'm a big poopy gamer. That makes sense. No, Jenkum. There was a fucking no. Did you ever watch Blue Mountain State?
I actually love Blue Mountain Steaks. It was so goddamn stupid.
So did you ever watch the movie, the Fad movie?
No.
So they're hosting a party. They're running out of drugs. And do you remember like the kicker, like the Irish guy,
Yeah.
short? So he's brewing Jenkum in the basement. And he does like all the drugs. So he's sitting there he fills it with just balloons with it. He just does it like a casual drug. That's how fucked up he is. And then they come down and they're like, I don't think you're ready for this. And then they start spreading Jenkum to like the whole party. I didn't know that was what it was called. Like it's in the Blue Mountain State movie with Thad. It was in the movie. And then it eventually ends up, I think, blowing up the entire house, and that's when Thad fakes his death and moves to like a remote island to be away from all the bullshit.
Interesting.
It was a kind of a funny
I've
movie.
never heard of that, nor do I ever want to like hear it again.
I didn't know that's what the name was, but let's do it.
No.
Fermented human waste.
Absolutely fucking not.
Why?
Because I don't like the smell of human waste.
You don't have to smell it, you just inhale it. And then you see some weird shit. Apparently.
It's like cheesing.
Yes.
It's kind of like the same thing as like cheesing. Have you ever seen Heavy Metal 2000 or Heavy Metal, both of them? So like there are these like weird animated like movies that like you're basically tripping balls without even like doing anything. It's super wild, and like that kind of reminds me of that scenario. Like I remember like when Heavy Metal 2000 came out, I was like 14 or 15, and you just see like the first time like I saw like animated titties, and I was all, what? Like, what is going on? Because like at that time, you know, this was 2000, 2001, we didn't have hentai here. Like you never knew, like we barely had anime like coming through like situations. So like it was a very like animated titties.
I remember that. I vaguely remember being 7 and being really pissed because I couldn't find hentai.
Why?
I'm fucking kidding. I'm just letting you know that you're older than me.
I was like, by the time like you were a teenager, the internet was definitely starting to get a lot more. Weirder. No, I wouldn't say weirder.
There's just a lot more on it.
You guys watch Chinese cartoons with the boobs out?
With the boobs?
It's not Chinese cartoons at that point, my friend.
It's called porn.
Yeah.
There was a TikTok.
I don't think you'll ever see like a Chinese like animated series with like titties out, because like they're not like.
Chinese is not the right culture.
Yeah, like Korean,
maybe Japanese.
Well, obviously hentai's from Japan.
Right,
so.
but like not Chinese. But definitely.
That's how you get fucking your hands cut off.
It's definitely South Korean.
Yeah, well, fair. When I say Korean, I definitely don't mean like North Korean.
What if it was started the Chinese version of Joe Rogan?
There is that person, kind of like what the owner of Red Bull is a fucking wild like Asian dude.
Really?
Yeah, like he like tax evades and all like crazy shit. Starring. I mean, I don't mind Joe Rogan. I find his like comedy specials great. I think that his like
his personality is better than his like stand-ups in my opinion.
I disagree.
Like I love watching like his podcast.
Sometimes.
Depending who the guest is.
Right, the guest has got to be good for his like situation.
But there was so last night there was a TikTok. I don't know if you saw it where this kid's golfing and this other guy steps in the scene. The kid hits him in the shin, and the guy, just the way he says it's funny. She was like, "Oh god damn it, fuck me to tears," and I kept describing it.
Would you give him any leftover hot dogs?
Jesus Christ. No, I draw the line at there.
Actually, I'd probably be more inclined.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Anywho, so I kept talking about this clip and it was making me laugh. I couldn't even really describe it to Michaela. She was like, "You're gonna have to find it." And without thinking about it, guess what I googled? Fuck me to tears. And the TikTok didn't come up.
Of course it didn't.
Like it came up and I saw all the results. I was like, "Oh, I didn't think that through." And she's like, "What?" I was like, "It's just a bunch of porn."
It's one of those like scenarios like when you search for something that you just think of like what you're thinking of.
Right, you don't think of how else it could be.
And then you forget that there's the Rule 42. There's porn for everything.
Yeah.
Where you're like, fat guy fucking falls down a fucking flight of stairs, and then you're like, God damn it. Yeah, I'm usually pretty cautious like when I'm searching for it. Like I'll be like, okay, this is gonna bring up lots of porn. Okay, luckily I don't give a
Usually
shit.
I am pretty aware. I just didn't even think about it. I just googled "fuck me to tears." It's just porn. It's a bunch of porn. You listen to any of Lil Nas' new album?
I have not listened to any new music recently. I still have Dawn to listen to. I still have Certified Lover Boy to listen to. I still have...
You should watch the video for That's What I Want.
That's the one from Drake? Or is it the one from Nas?
That's Lil Nas.
Well,
it's pretty much...
You can say it out loud.
It was just for effect. Like, I'm not afraid to say very homosexual. He's aware. It's not like
I was like, I hope he's aware he's making some... I love that you like...
I do admire what he is doing with it, though.
Because it's making all of the conservatives mad.
Well, and also, just like in general, how it's, like, especially in music, the whole male-female sexual thing has just become, like, so he's going fucking far left with it. I think it's great.
I've always liked that scenario.
The whole video, it was like him making out with other dudes. I guess I only watched it the first 30 seconds.
You got weird. I was making. There's a lot of
it's not like it's weird 'cause I'm not like homophobic. I'm not against it. It was like I just don't want to watch it.
Right. Well, there's always like I don't like really like. I mean, even like when it comes to like movies, let's say porn and something like. I'm not watching the part where they're just making out first.
Right.
Like
you just get to the business.
Right. Like that makes me sad because I can't just do it with somebody else. So it's fine. Like
I just need the fucking.
Yeah.
Like cause it starts when he's like they're playing like it's a football thing. You go in the locker room, they start making out. You can tell they're doing other shit. And then that verse stops, chorus cuts, and now he's camping with this other dude. Shoots to them naked in the tent. I was like, okay, I know where this is going. I've already heard the song. I don't need to see the rest of the video. I get it. I get it. I appreciate it. Respect for doing what you're doing. I think it's fucking awesome.
It's like one of those moments where, like, when you see like you're scrolling through Instagram or something, and there's like a good-looking dude, and you're like, cool, good for you. And like it's like one of my friends.
I respect it. I appreciate it. Get the fuck out of my face.
One of my friends named Scotty. For years he was like, he's like mid-30s now, but like through most of like his like early 20s and like teenage years, like up through that, like he didn't like tell anybody, but like he's a good-looking dude. And so like once he finally still like came out like gay and that kind of shit, like all the dudes he has around are also like. Goddamn, like good-looking dudes. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah, you can appreciate.
But like, it's one of like you're scrolling through his Instagram, you're like, or Instagram, like one pops up, you're like, I don't need to see 3 ripped shirtless dudes right now. I just don't need. I don't need this.
Respect. Good for you. Next. I don't hate it.
No.
Good for you.
Like,
it's awesome.
But I don't need like.
Get the fuck off my feet.
I don't need to be hitting like because you're my friend, because he's my friend. But I don't want another like when I'm scrolling through like reels or whatever. I don't need to like.
Right, you start liking that shit, and then it's gonna just pop in your feed with a bunch of fucking hot shirtless dudes.
Right, you're like,
God damn it.
Now I'm subconscious, I'm sad because they have somebody and I don't.
And then, you finally score a date, you do this fun thing where you switch phones to see what each other's into, and you're fucking Instagram just full of shirtless strip guys. And you're like, okay then.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah.
By any means. Alright, I think
we should kill it soon because I gotta poop and then we gotta go.
I was just thinking we should cut it.
I just had my first prairie dog about 23 seconds ago. So.
Alright, fair enough. Either way, honestly, this is a pretty funny podcast for just being you and me, to be honest. Yeah. Again, with Bigfoot and hot dogs. I mean, you give Bigfoot your hot dog, my guy.
Fucking boss, dude.
Either way, we'll see you next week. And then the week after, I'm in Maine, so we get to the military.
Make sure you catch next week. I'm gonna try Jankum.